we got this email, and she left her name, and I'm not going to give her name because if I do, then the neighbor on her street will know who it is, and I don't want the person to know. So it's pretty quick. It says, so my neighbor got real creative this year with his decorations and made a Christmas Carol setup with the 3 ghosts. And it's more creepy than festive. But my husband asked that I please not comment on the decor, even though one of the ghosts is literally a Grim Reaper pointing at a grave that says Scrooge.
That is in the movie, so let me just clarify that out of the bed. It's a Grim Reaper. That is the ghost of Christmas future.
Yes. She says, I want to know how long I should wait before politely asking him to take it down. I don't exactly want to look at the ghost of Christmas future in the year 2024.
I think you should wait forever.
Yes.
You hold your tongue. You don't comment on anybody's decor on their own property.
I mean, it's not offensive. You know, maybe you don't understand Christmas Carol is all I can figure, and so for some reason this bothers you. Maybe you need to go back and watch it.
No, I'm not. I don't hate that it bothers you. I totally get it. Like, it kind of grinds on your nerves every time you look out the window. Like, it's a bummer that you have to deal with it when it's something that does bother you. It wouldn't bother me, but I get it, is what I'm saying. But you can't say anything. You can't say anything. Or else, guess what? The whole neighborhood's going to hear about it. You don't want to deal with that. Just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
What is that line? Because there is, is that any worse, though, than the person who... All right, cool, we're going into mid-January, and you still got your lights and tree up and on.
Yeah, I love the lights. If you would keep them on until spring, I'd love it. I don't mind that at all. None of that ever bothers me. Whatever somebody decides to do with their own house, it does not bother me one bit. Now, if you have trash piling up in the front of your house, that would bother me.
But what if that's their form of decoration?
Well, maybe some people do see the Christmas decorations as trash starting mid-January. I mean, I get it. If you've got like 5 cars on your front lawn and, refrigerator and giant overstuffed couches on your porch.
We got this email on December 29th. We weren't here, so.
December 29th. Man, you really have, I mean, you've got some rules, gal.
You're going to get called a Karen. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well,
just say a word.
Typically, what is the standard? I mean, after New Year's, you start taking everything down?
The standard is whatever anybody wants on their lawn.
Okay, now I do know there are also people who, if you have someone who is deployed in the military, there are those people who leave their Christmas decorations up until their deployed person returns home because they're not going to celebrate until then. So if the Christmas season starts when it does, and you have someone that's deployed that's not coming back till the end of February, it's not common for them to keep all their Christmas stuff up and going until such a time that they can all celebrate together, which I don't have a problem with.
Well, I mean, I don't know what group of people got together and decided, well, you have to have stuff down by here, up by neck. No, it's to each his own. It's somebody's house. They can decorate it and keep
Dude, if you were...
There are still plenty of lights on in my neighborhood. Mine are down. I don't care.
Rat them out to your HOA if you've got one. Do it anonymously. Just create a fake email and email your HOA if it bothers you that much. But I would never, ever make an issue of this with your neighbor. These are your neighbors.
Yeah,
you have to live near these people. You have to see each other when the summer comes.
Well, if you think about it this way, you should be already, if you're going by retail time, you should be on your front door going, you got your Valentine's Day stuff up yet? Because it's December 26th. So what are you waiting on?
Brittany said, I knew she was a Karen the minute you announced the story before the break. Tara said she's acting like a Scrooge. The irony. Andy said, 1229, F that Karen.
I mean, the thing is, if you think about it, like all of us have our things that annoy us. Probably about our neighbors, and I know I'm annoying to my neighbors in some way, which I can't fathom because I'm such a good person. No, but anyway, everybody's got their thing, and I get it if somebody's display is like not your cup of tea, but you can't be that neighbor. You can't do it.
Did you and Charlie decorate your orange snow fence for Christmas?
We did not put it up. We haven't put it up since we got the nasty letter back in 2014.
But you know why? You know why all this happens? I'll tell you exactly why all this happens. Because we live in a world now where people can't let anything go. They have to complain about everything and spew their venom and spew wherever so they can find the like. Because I guarantee this person, this Karen, probably this is what's in my neighbor's yard, and I have to look at it every day. And she probably threw it up on Facebook, which means someone in Little Rock, Arkansas went, yeah, we had that problem too. you should light a pitchfork and go condemn them and make them move out of your neighborhood. Because that's what the world is now. Because social media is destroying us all, and we're too stupid to realize it.
Aaron in Westerville said, I still have Halloween decorations under my Christmas decorations.
Oh, yeah, just put a Santa hat on your
Absolutely.
Halloween decorations.
You guys did that. Boy, she'd be upset
We did
with
that,
you what
yeah.
you got in your yard.
Yeah, we turned our 12-foot skeleton into a giant gnome.
Mike said she should feel lucky that she's not my neighbor. My Grim Reaper would have Stone Cold Steve Austin sign language pointed towards her house with a spotlight behind it.
Lauren gets mad at me because I want to make our skeleton anatomically correct every year because it's missing something in the midsection. And she's like, absolutely not. I'm like, why?
Here's my thing. I'm so conflict averse. I don't understand making any issue about what your neighbors are doing on their own property.
Unless it's trash or unless it's like an absolute eyesore or if you've got like a smell or an odor that's permeating through the air, then yeah.
Like, I would not like the trash. I would never go to my neighbor. I would think, well, I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. That's how I would hate it and I would complain about it to my husband, but I would never address the neighbor.
To me, the Grim Reaper in the yard is no different than what if they paint their front door a wild color of purple that you don't like because you hate the color purple, and every time you open your door, you see their door. Are you going to go rage against the machine because they painted the door on their house a color you don't like?
Yeah, and I kind of think what this person is describing is pretty cool. That was a creative way to decorate, That's a cool thing to do. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Why is it such a big deal? I mean, are you there's something else in your life that's bothering you if you get that upset about something like that, I feel like.
Well, Lewis brought it up. We put up the orange snow fence to keep leaves out of our yard 1 year, 10 years ago, and our neighbor wrote us the most unhinged letter,
Hilarious.
unsigned,
But you knew.
Mailed it to us. But we had already had a vet recommendation that he wrote down for us in the past. So it was the same handwriting.
Right.
So we know who did it. Unhinged, you guys. It was the greatest thing that's ever happened to us. I read it live on the air a couple months ago.
So good.
awesome.
And
I think that should
we
be an
still
annual.
have it.
That
Yeah.
should be an annual tradition. You read that email.
And I'm
the
saying,
snow fence letter.
writing your letter, your neighbor an unhinged letter is always a great option because they'll get great joy out of it.
Yeah. Well, and what Steve said, when you voice your displeasure to the neighbor about something, and half the time they amplify it to make it worse, which goes back to Mike saying he's going to make, a middle finger from his ghost pointed right at your house. So
Justin says what's annoying to him is the term Karen. I completely agree with you, Justin. I really hate the term Karen now. It's so overdone and so let's leave that in the past.
From now on they're
Please.
They're Lucy's.
No, just nothing. There are no women's names. They're just people who handle things differently than you would.
Just call them.
That doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
It doesn't, does it?
We could just say she's a jerk.
Yeah, I like that.
She's a Karen. No,
Let's go back
she's
to
a jerk.
basics.
She's a jerk.
Back to basics.
All right. Okay, so now that we've covered that, Lewis, back to Game of Thrones. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. We did get. Where did the text go though? Somebody said that House of Dragon's awesome. We can't wait for season 2. And yeah, you want to talk about a dragon war coming? That's going to be awesome.
Please,
That's it.
Kelly.
That's it, Kelly.
Kelly's begging for
Kelly.
mercy.
Hey, Kelly.